Fern and Cycad House, Garfield Park Conservatory, where we see tree ferns, ferns which are tree-like. They have no flowers, they have no seeds, but they multiply through spores. And there was a time during dinosaur time when we had no flowering forests, or the conifer were also not dominating. At that time these fern-like trees dominated the earth landscape. And this is the fern house dedicated to ferns, tree-like ferns and other ferns, and even cycads. For example, this palm-like plant is not a palm but a cycas. It's a cycad, but botanically identified as dione. So this is dione spinulosum, giant dione with cone-like structure. So prehistoric plants. Ferns were some of the world's first plants, like living time capsules. The ferns and cycads you see today are essentially the same as their Jurassic ancestors. So they resembled the Jurassic time trees. Ferns have survived for millions of years through a unique reproduction technique, much older than the fruits and flowers which we see today. If you look on the underside of the fern front, you might see a pattern of small green or brown dots. These contain the fern spores, which will be released into the wind to find new spots and create exact copies of their parents. So without flowers and fruits and seeds, these ferns multiply. So this is the life cycle of a fern. And you see these are various ferns. Birds, nest fern. Likewise, you have the fishtail sword fern, Nephrolepis fulcata. This is the way you see these Adiantum capillus veneris. Holy fern, Sirtomium fulcatum. Today also we find these species in Punch. Shady ravines, that is a staghorn fern. This is a Boston fern, Nephrolepis exaltata. And there are fish bone strap fern. And but the beauty of this fern house, cycad house in Garfield Park Conservatory, you see headdress fern, Pyrosia lanceolata also. Headdress fern. There is a peacock selaginella also, which is a fernelli. Tree ferns are also, tree ferns were common in the landscape during the dinosaur time. The name comes from the fact that they have a single main stalk like the trunk of a tree. Some tree ferns, the interior of the stalk is edible, like kasrod, which we are familiar in Jammu. And but a beauty of cycads, this is cycad, this is also cycad. The mother shield fern, Polystachum proliferum. This is staghorn fern, and these are mosses also. These are mosses. And here you have the mahogany fern, Didymoclena truncatula. This is another bird's nest fern, Asplenium anticum. And here you see bird's paw fern, basically written as Aglaomorpha maniana. So bird's paw like rhizome is unique. And this is a frond of the fern. Different kinds of African lady fern. This is basically very closely related to kasrod. Our kasrod, which we eat in Jammu, that is Diplasium esculentum, whereas this is a flower-sized kasrod, but from Africa. African lady fern. It's named Diplasium proliferum, Drateridaceae. So you see kasrod like fiddlehead fern. I think this is also edible. Unique thing here, I am able to see that many young plants are also being formed on the frond along the rachis. I think this unique habit, unique trait has given rise to the name of the species as proliferum, because it proliferates into the young ones, young plants on the frond itself. So this is unique thing which I have encountered for the first time in my life. Some casserole-like plant, Diplasium, proliferates the young plants on its rachis. And if you see the undersurface of these pinnae, you will find these elongated sori which contain spores which help in pollination. So this is unique casserole ki behan, African lady fern, Diplasium proliferum, from Africa, Madagascar and Malaysia. Then you have crested bird's nest fern, landscape art under glass. This is the concept. The Garfield Park Conservatory was built in the year 1907. So you can say more than 117 years already passed. Conservatory's designer was Jens Jensen, who thought of it. It could be something more, a work of landscape art that immerses the visitor in natural landscapes. So you see the natural landscape, natural landscaping where different kinds of ferns, tree ferns, cycads stand conserved and preserved. The fern room was designed to give visitors a glimpse of prehistoric Illinois with winding paths and carefully planned views through dense ferns. Layers of stratified Midwestern limestone make up the landscape, echoing the long horizontal lines of the open prairie. Like the work of his contemporary Frank Lloyd Wright, Jensen's work as a landscape architect showcased the natural beauty of the Midwestern prairie. When the fern room first opened, visitors mistook it for an existing landscape over which the conservatory was built. It is all man-made. Different ferns, then this kind of water, streams, water brooks, because they are moisture-loving ferns. Without this kind of water, they cannot survive. So this is the, as we see even in Jammu Hills, Dodo Basantgarh, Bhadrawa, Kishtwar, Padar, they have created, these are tree ferns, and this is koi fish. There are some other moist loving plants. See the waterfalls. They have also added this equisetum, horsetail. This is also one of the fernally Equisetopsida, equisetales, genus Equisetal. We find in Jammu also. This is the red mangrove. This is the Rhizophora mangel with stilt roots. This is unique habit of these plants we find in the western coast and eastern coast near Mumbai and Karnataka. So this is the view of lush green, verdant green fern and cycad room. Concept was given by the Jens Jensen, and this is another Asplenium nidus, crested bird's fern. This kind of habitat stands managed as if it is a natural forest and not the man-made one. That is the concept. Samoan Tacteria, Tacteria crenata. This is a long-felt form, dionidule, not to be confused with palm. This is another cycad. And this is a mahogany fern, Didymoclena truncatula. These are Thailandsia. This is a fern, staghorn fern with antler-like fronds. This is Adiantum. There are sitting locations, places where one can sit and relax in the fern forest. This is one of the largest fern, which is, I think, Name I am not able to see, but I think it should be Angiopteris vecta. Very, very long fronds. Platycerium bifurcatum. Staghorn fern. Adiantum trapeziforme. This one. This is diamond maiden hair form. In Dogri we call it as Tharkani, which has been derived from the word Thirkan, trembling, as mostly they grow near waterfalls, so water drops fall on the fronds and they show a trembling vibrations movement, so it has been named as Tharkani. Otherwise Adiantum trapeziforme in botany. So this is a landscape, man-made landscape, but it looks as if it is natural. These are miniature tree ferns. So you have lot of diversity of these ferns. Asplenium. This is Asplenium, austral gem fern. What a beauty, what a greenery. This is the they are really doing very good job in conserving the biodiversity and showcasing the biodiversity. This is another Adiantum radianum, delta madden here. This is Mexican horn cone, Ceratozamia. This is another cycad, Ceratozamia mexicana, native to Mexico. You see even cone, Ceratozamia mexicana cone. These are palm-like fronds, not palm but a cycad. Ceratozamia genus. This is Fortunae fern, Ceriatomium fortunae. Argentum consinum. Brittle middle hair fern. This is sagopalm, Cycas urcinalis from India. Cycas urcinalis, Zamiaceae family. This is native to India. Stands preserved in Garfield Park Conservatory in city of Chicago. Blue fern, also known as oil fern. This is Microsorum thailandicum. But presence of this sagopalm, Cycas urcinalis, is really thrilling as it comes from India.